everybody, this is Linda with Ink, Stamp, and Scrap, where I teach you how to use your inks, stamps, and scraps to make beautiful handmade cards. Today we're going to look at the Little Delights stamp set, which just came out in the Holiday Mini Catalog, as well as the Cute Friends Designer Series paper. This is the one that this set of Designer Series paper leans itself towards Halloween cards and Halloween projects. All right. So what I want to show you today is a layout for your cards that's going to make it really easy for you to make a quick card. Sometimes things get away from you and all of a sudden you need a card. And one great thing about the Little Delight stamp set is it also includes this birthday wishes stamp set along with the hat. So you can even use it for just that last minute birthday card. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and cut down our paper to the sizes that we need. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of basic white, and I'm going to cut it in half at 4 1/4, and then I don't need my score blade, and then I am going to score it at 5 1/2. Scored at 5 1/2. So now it is an A2 size card. The card front is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. I'm gonna fold that in half, grab my bone folder. We don't need this for a moment. And just burnish the center score. Set that aside for a moment. Now I'm going to bring in my 6x6 sheet of Designer Series paper. This paper does start as a 6x6. Some of the paper from Stampin' Up! Starts at 12 by 12, but this one starts at 6x6. It is double-sided, just like I showed you. So I'm going to cut it down to 4. And then I have a 2 by 6 piece left over by 5 1/4, which is a 1/4 inch smaller on both sides than the card front. That just leaves me a nice little border to work with. All right, and now we are done with our paper trimmer. So now what I want to do is I want to showcase both sides of this paper, because not only does that add more interest to the card, but it's an economical way to use the Designer Series paper. So what I like to do is just take my thumb and move it over about 1 inch. You can always measure if that makes you feel better. And then that just gives me kind of a place to push against. And I'm going to bring the corner up so that this is a 90-degree angle here. So it looks like this edge and this edge are at the same angle, and these two edges are at the same angle. And then I'm just going to press it down, grab my bone folder, and burnish the score. And now I'm showcasing both sides of the Designer Series paper, which generally speaking works just fine. Every once in a while, there's a pattern that has a right and a wrong way. So you just want to be careful and make sure that you select paper that doesn't matter, especially from the folded up side, whether there's a right or wrong way to display the images on that paper. So now I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal, and we're just going to make sure that that folded piece stays up. So I'm just going to make a triangle of adhesive and fold that up so it stays there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it down on the card, because this card goes together so quickly that you really don't need to wait to add your layers to your card base. So we're just going to do that real quick. I'm just tracing the outline of this layer and then putting a swatch of adhesive right down the middle. And then we're just going to layer it on the card. I'm just looking at the alleys and making sure that this, and this are pretty even. They're even to me. We're going to go ahead and put that down. All right. Now I am going to use the stamps. So I'm going to use the Trick or Treat stamp and my Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. I'm going to grab some scratch paper, and then we're ultimately also going to use the Everyday Label punch. All right, so I'm going to open up the ink pad and ink up my stamp. I'm going to go ahead and go down in this corner because it's going to be easier to slide my punch onto, and just stamp my Trick or Treat a little bit up and a little bit to the left, so that I have plenty of alley on both sides to go ahead and do my punching. This stamp, I could go either way. I could do this way or I could go this way. That's why I like the everyday label punch, because it has a lot of room for even bigger greetings than what you see here. So I'm just kind of lining it up, making sure that my trick or treat looks straight in there. And then I'm gonna punch. It's always easier to use a punch upside down. We don't need our scrap anymore, and we have our greeting. So let's close up the ink pad so I don't end up with inky fingers, and I will set the stamp aside. So now I want to add my greeting, but I want to give it just a little bit of a pop. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals. And I'm going to put a few on the back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. One in the middle for good measure. Peel off the backings, and then we'll add this on. I'm actually filming this in a new location in my office. Pretty excited about the changes we made over the weekend, and leave a comment below if you are interested in seeing what I changed around. I did an office tour when I first moved in here, or just actually more some pictures, because I was just getting used to things. I really think this is the layout I'm going to stick with. So I'm feeling more comfortable doing a full-blown video office tour. But leave me a comment below. Just comment tour, please, if you would like to see what I've done to my office. All right, I'm going to grab my bow maker. There's a link below the video and on the blog post associated with this video to get your own bow maker if you would like to make your bows this quick and easy. This is the black glitter ribbon that is in the annual catalog. So we have a mix of things from the annual catalog and the holiday catalog on this project. All right, pull that tight and grab my ribbon scissors. The reason I set aside a set of scissors for my ribbon is so that they always cut really straight and with a lot of control. If you use paper on your scissors and then switch back to ribbon, sometimes your ribbon can get a little frayed. All right, so we're going to add this cute bow. Let's see, where do I want it to go? I think I'm going to trim the tails a little bit more and go right here. First, I'm going to get it on there, and then we'll add a few more embellishments just to finish this card up. So I have my glue dot. I'm just attaching my bow to that, pulling it off. I could have used a glue dot right here just to pull that back. So if you want to use glue dots to put this whole card together, that would work too. And then I'm just going to, I'm going to trim up. So I'm going to trim up and up, and we'll have some short tails, but I think that looks really cute at the bottom there. And then we just need to add a little more black just to pop it up. I want to accent the black dots that are in there. So I'm going to use my matte black adhesive dots and my take your pick tool to get them on there. So I'm going to pop up a few of the bigger ones and just put them around paired with a smaller one. You'll find I do this a lot. I like the look. I always tell you guys to put your embellishments on in odd numbers, but since I'm grouping, it's really 3, which is an odd number of grouped 3 pairs. Let's put it that way. So we're still in 3s, but we added 6. I just think it gives it a nice pop. The circles go with the background of the designer series paper really well, and I'm super happy with the way that turned out. So quick and easy. Just a few things from your stash, and you have a quick Halloween card to go. Let me show you. Remember, this is the stamp set that we used. It's the Little Delights, and it does kind of take you through all the holidays, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, not in that order, and even throws in a birthday wishes. So let's see what else you can do with this pattern. Here is a Christmas card using the same pattern. We're using red rhinestones this time. We're using the red twine red ribbon from the pet bundle, but the ho-ho is from that stamp set. And this is the gingerbread designer series paper from the holiday mini. And then this one uses the Harvest Meadow designer series paper, as well as the Misty Moonlight baker's twine. This is the Thanksgiving greeting, and then I just used some clear gems to add a little bit of color to this, or a little bit of pop to this card as well. So you can see that you can use this design in a number of different ways, and I can't wait to see what you guys decide to do with this. So thank you very much for watching. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please remember to click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. Have a crafty day.